Hello everybody and welcome back to Cave Story. In the last episode we got taken out by Balrog and sent to the Labyrinth by Misery, and now we're in a mysterious place. Welcome to the first floor of the Labyrinth. Well, we've got ourselves a save point right here, but with no way to get out. We've got some serious platforming to do. Now, on to explaining the blade. The blade is very, very powerful. It is one of the strongest single-hitting weapons in the entire game, with doing a 15 damage at level 1 and already having some pretty decent range. Its range is not infinite though. Pretty much you will be using the blade for quite a while until we get our next weapon, which I will use more than the blade. The blade is also rapid firing, but there can only be one projectile out at a time. If the blade hits anything though, the blade breaks and you can throw another one. We have this life capsule here. Now this up here is a sneaky spot. There are moving platformers that will move as soon as you jump up to them, like these. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay. We're good. I didn't fall all the way to the bottom. It's not like you would die or anything, you just hit the bottom. Wow. You need to not be so terrible right now. Just saying. I was hoping to do this in one go. Show off that I'm at least good at video games. But I'm not. I want to summon the other one. You want to be careful here because you can actually crush yourself by going... Let's get that one going. See, the way the blocks meet right there, you can actually end up crushing yourself. The objective is that computer terminal right over there, and we're gonna make it! Now we can start finally progressing through the labyrinth. And now I'm stronger than these other robots, so I'm not going to break my leg joints at all when I fall all the way down. But the robots that made it out got torn up by these things, the Guais, I believe they're called, or Guais. Careful right here, make sure you're always moving so you don't get yourself crushed. You can kind of tell where they were going to want to crush you though. And now we finally made it into the west area of the labyrinth. It's more spitting critters. Check inside this room for a quick place to heal. None of these guys are vicious though. They're not necessarily good guys, but they're not necessarily bad either. They do want to eat Mamiga though. Or Gaudies is what they're called. Gaudies maybe. We can't get up to that Gaudi though. Okay, this guy. Do not talk to this guy right here unless you are willing to trade in your Polar Star and Fireball. This again you will be able to go to hard mode still if you trade in the weapon. The weapon is called the Snake. It is a great weapon though. It is a great long range weapon that snakes out like the Polar Star and Fireball combined essentially. The great thing about that weapon is its level 2 and 3 form can actually shoot past walls. But again, it is not the best weapon in the game. Now, level 2 sword, level 2 blade. The range is shorter, but it can pierce projectile-based attacks that you can destroy and go right through them without stopping. It's 3 points stronger, doing 18 damage. It follows the same pattern as blade, only one can be out at a time. And it can be rapid fired as long as there's no other blade on the screen. Third form is good, but arguably, sometimes its second form of the blade is much better in comparison. Ooh, almost to the third form. So this guy will heal you every time you want. And he'll give you the clinic key. And here's Curly, who said she was also sent down here by Misery. And right now she's injured, so the doctor had asked us to go to the clinic to see if there were any medicine left. And we're going to use this medicine to help Curly out, which is necessary for getting through the labyrinth. Ooh, and I have a level 3 blade and everything. Alright, level 3 blade. The one bad thing about the level 3 blade is it has 1 experience. Getting hit means you lose level 3 blade, but the level 3 blade shoots out the Spirit of King and it slashes all around him. If he hits anything that he can slash like that, the slashes become wide and rapid. It can deal a massive amount of damage or it can't. That's the thing about the level 3 blade. So here in the clinic ruins, warned that there was a ghost inside. The cure-all! Yay! The elixir in pill form. And we have the ghost of the clinic called Pooh Black. Easiest solution is wait here for a little bit, then walk over before he falls on you. It comes a little hard to predict in the beginning, but if you do it, you can see when he's about to fall. Just repeat this process, and he should be no problem at all. Don't stay near him, though. Those little orbs that float around can hurt you. Once he's down, stay away from him again, as those orbs right there can hurt you as well. You can shoot him if you want, though. No point, though. Once you've defeated Pooh Black, there isn't even any victory music, nor do you get to know the name of the enemy until the end of the game, but I've memorized it. Go down here, talk to the doctor once more to trade in the cure-all. And he will work on fixing Curly. Make sure you talk to her again, though. Alright, so Curly's not feeling so well, but I'm sure she'll be feeling well by the time we get to where we need to go. Remember, Curly is very essential getting to hard mode, so make sure you do everything you can to protect and or save her. Up there is a hidden alcove, but you cannot reach there unless you have You can't get up there unless you have the Booster version 8, Booster version 2.0, and or the machine gun at level 3. We will be going there later when we have a booster. That's an ominous looking robot thing. Alright, now we're fighting the next boss. It was that ominous looking robot back in the back. This is Monster X, and he's not a pushover. He is probably one of the toughest bosses in the entire game that you've fought up till now. Do not get hit by his tires. That is 10 damage. I suggest using the blade standing under his weak points right here and just simply slashing upwards. He shoots out a bunch of projectiles that you can hit and break when he does that, and this leads to a lot of health and a lot of experience for any weapon you want to use against him. I still suggest the blade, though. Preferably, I would actually have Blade 2, as I think it is much better. Do not stand on his tires either. When he turns, you can get knocked off and you will be hit again. Damn gaudies. Ouch. See, that does a whole 10 damage. You do not want to be standing underneath that. But we haven't even done a single damage to him. You have to break the 4 things that shoot at you first. Once he does that, he's going to drive around again, and he's going to enter his second attack phase. This is where you can finally damage him. Make sure you're jumping those tires correctly, or you're going to get your butt handed to you. Now, here's the most annoying part, is these projectile enemies. These things will follow you through the entire battle unless you destroy them. And I was destroyed. Poop. Yeah, Monster X is one of those guys. Let's see. Where am I at this? Okay, I believe I just turned in the pill. Monster X is one of the only enemies I actually have trouble with, save for the final boss of the game. When I say final boss, I mean final boss. Monster X is one of the monsters I absolutely prefer that instead I have Blade 2, rather than Blade level 3. It's also pretty essential you get there with a pretty decent amount of health, and I did not do that. Sometimes Blade 2 is just better in all situations. I like Blade 3 though, it can take out a lot of monsters easily. Alright, now let's do this. Monster X ain't gonna beat me this time. Just get rid of these damn Gaudis first. See, with Blade 2 you can take out most all the projectiles he shoots out. Whereas Blade 3 would actually get hung up on some of the projectiles, and the multiple slashes that come from Blade 3 don't actually hit all of them. You can stand on the wheel wells right here for a little bit, but when they turn, they'll knock you off. See, I'm doing much better with Blade 2. Whoa. Essentially, it's a good idea to just kind of stand in one spot. If you find yourself on the wheel well, just jump towards the direction he's not driving. Standing in the center will make sure that all those projectile things can't hit you yet, but then you're going to have to start moving, and that's when you should start trying to take him out. Ooh, I got lucky and got near that thing. He will always close up after taking a certain amount of damage, though, and it's much better to be hit by these projectiles than it is the wheel wells. Down he goes. See, I make it look easy when I'm actually good at this game. It was a cat all along! I knew cats were evil. Not really. I love kitties. With the monster defeated, now we can continue on. The gate has fallen down. Very important part in this game. Right here, you see Professor Booster fall down to the ground. If you want to do this game 100%, you will not follow him down. Following him down will grant you the item Booster V8. You do not want that, and Professor Booster will die. Ignore him for now. Do you see this red marker on the ground right over there where I jumped? Use that as your marker. You want to jump on that red thing to be able to make it here. Make sure you save up there. If you fail, restart the game. The Booster version 8 is terrible. And here, Curly managed to make it past us. I'm not understanding how all these sub-characters being able to make it past the main character so quickly. It happens in like every game too. Okay, so grab the other end of the boulder and see if you can push it. Nope, it's just far too heavy. And it's Balrog again. Oh boy. Oh, this is perfect. You can grab the middle. Okay. And now we have a battle with Balrog. Stay away from him. He will rush you the first time. His second time, he will jump at you. So stay about here. He'll jump right over you, and then attack the missiles that come out. Overall, he's a pretty easy boss. This is the only thing that he does. Once again, I prefer Blade. Now that we defeated Balrog, he will help us move the boulder, and God, is he strong. Our little secret. Right. Alright, defeating Balrog will net you the Hyper Missiles. The Hyper Missiles are insanely powerful. I recommend only using them against bosses you are having trouble with, though. Alright, now to the Labrynth with Curly joining us. If you took the machine gun, she will actually be using the level 3 Polar Star. If you did not take it, she will be using the level 3 machine gun. Infinitely better. Curly's not that great of an ally, but she does do a lot of damage whenever she decides to actually hit people. So this is a Monster Slayer. You're going to want to be very careful. We have Armored Guai right here. And those things they shoot out are not weak at all. They also cannot be penetrated. Then we have fans, I call them. They just look like fans. Now let me show you the power of the Hypered Missiles. They shoot infinitely faster, and a single missile does 20 damage. They are insanely powerful. They follow the same level up pattern as missiles though, so... Actually, that's a good weapon for right here. The eggs don't actually deal any damage, but they do hold experience and sometimes life. And or missiles, same as every enemy. So yep, got some life, a little bit of missiles. Here's another good place to get some experience and life, is from these enemies right here. Oh, of course they had to spawn some good health all the way up there. Get him, Curly! It's a good thing you have Curly here because she actually does cover you for some of these enemies. And of course the life spawns all the way up there again. Okay, right here, you don't have much air, but make sure you go down here first. If you notice, Curly has a bubble around her, so she actually has no fear of drowning at all. Lucky her. Maybe we'll get an item like that soon. Make sure you rush out of there as soon as you can. Alley-oop. Alley-oop. Don't worry, Curly will make it. Alley-oop. Curly's just awesome like that. She must be a higher model than us to be able to move through the water so easily. Check this panel right here. And destroy the barrier guarding downwards. Alright, through there we'll lead back to the Labrynth where the Gaudis were, where you can trade in the Fireball and Polar Star for the Snake, but we don't need to go here. We're finally at the farming place. This is a farming place because these enemies are actually very weak. And they're, with all the things around them, you can essentially just farm any type of experience or health you need. This is very important for the next part of the game. Very, very important for the next part of the game. It's very important that before this next boss that's coming up, you have a level 3 rocket launcher. And we have Curly. Checking all the places to see if we can get out. But we can't, so we'll just have to keep moving forward. And you'll notice the water is moving up and down. This is not a good sign. But before that, we're just going to head and grind up real quick and get our health and rocket launcher ammo back up to full. If I had not mentioned this before, which I know I have, very important that you have all your HP and your missiles up to full. The easiest way to do it without wasting missile ammo and stuff is just to swap weapons after winning, after getting all the experience. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut ahead to the point where I do have the everything ready, so I will be right back. Alright, after making sure you saved after you have all the fully upgraded stuff, and I still prefer just the sword too for this part, we're going to finally make it to the core. This is the heart of the Labyrinth and essentially the heart of the island. You'll want to jump up here, open the blast doors so we can continue on. Curly, of course, moving ahead of us. Jeez. The blast door 4 is malfunctioning. There's no special way to fix this. Switch to your Polar Star and shoot it until it clicks. With that, this door should open, but it's not going to open. Head back over here to the control panel. The only thing you can check. We'll have the lowered lift here that leads into the water where you could potentially drown, so make sure you do it right. Shouldn't be too hard. Just wait until the water is at its lowest point. Hop in, and you should make it. I should warn you now, in the next boss fight, the threat of drowning is real. And not good. Now with this, we can finally get the last blast door opened. Glub, 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 glub. Okay, absolutely important. If you are going for hard mode, do not go and talk to Curly first. Instead, go down this way. See the sparkling? Grab this. This is the tow rope. It is very important that you get this before you go talk to Curly, or you will not be able to obtain it, and all the things you have ever done up to this point will be for naught because hard mode will not be unlocked. I stress it. Get the tow rope first, then talk to Curly. This place is an absolute massacre for robots. That robot just looks evil. It's possible it was one of the Amiga killers after all. With his warning, the door closes, Curly's knocked unconscious, and we have our next enemy, the core. You notice that thing that was over on the left side? Now it's after us. It's only vulnerable when it opens its middle. I'm going to wait until it opens it again, though. I prefer the sword because it can break through most of the projectiles. When it switches, blast it away with the rocket launcher for absolutely massive damage. Stay about the middle or top platforms if you can. Going to the bottom like this is a recipe to drown when the water goes up. The water will rise and lower itself. If you stay at about middle, though, you should be okay. This is bad. When the wind starts blowing, listen for the sounds of it shooting. See those white orbs? That is 20 damage if you're hit. Not good at all. The hyper rocket launcher will destroy it. Make sure not to spam your ammo too much or you're just going to end up wasting it. It's almost down. Or if only the sword had a little bit more reach. Polar Star, go! Nope. See, going down here was not a good idea. Oh, Curly beat it. I'm okay with this. Way to go, Curly. This is the reason why I hate robots. Do you have any other reasons besides that? Oh, that's actually kind of bad. So by destroying the core, we effectively destroy the fact that this island floats. With the end of that battle, though, the water rises up, and there's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing.